Hi there, this is Joe from SquareXO, and this is SquareXO episode 72. Today I'm just joined by Rebecca.
Hello.
Everyone else is with us, they're all on holiday or something, busy. But you may have heard Dan's decided to hang up his boots on SquareXO now, which is quite sad, but hopefully we'll get him back now and again. But thanks for all his contributions up till now, really appreciated. And for all his awesome graphics as well, of course.
Yeah.
Which we'll somehow need to try and replicate. Good luck with that.
Yeah, we should work.
Yeah, we'll do our best. But thanks, Dan. Anyway, okay, before we start, don't forget you can follow us at squarexo.co.uk, twitter.com/square_xo, and you can back us on patreon.com/squarexo for an awesome mug. I don't know where the mug's went. Where the mug
it's gone.
Oh, it's up
been
on the top
replaced,
shelf now.
it?
It's been replaced. I've had to make room for the awesome 500 PlayStation, which you can see behind me. So yeah, the mug's moved up there. There's one more shelf above my head that you can't see. So yeah, awesome mug, t-shirt, whatever you want. Just check out the different tiers and see what benefits you can get. And then the benefit everyone gets is the SquareXO Extra episode, which we will be recording next week. Episode 2 for our Patreon backers. And so don't forget, you can listen to the podcast on Podbean, iTunes and Spotify, and also watch it on youtube.com/JohansonWater. Thanks to our Patreon backers, we do appreciate you, and let's get on with the show. Okay, so there's quite a lot of gaming news. I've had to, because I'm sorry we've not podcast for about 2 weeks. I've been on holiday and then we had a technical issue, so it's kind of just been one thing after the other, really, which is a bit unfortunate. But we're back again. We're going to try our very best to be regular every single Monday like we usually are, because we've done it for so long every single Monday, and then it went wrong for 2 weeks, so it's such a shame.
It's thrown us off, hasn't it?
It did a bit, but we're back. We made sure we'd done this one, even if this one's shorter this week. We made sure we'd done it just so that we're back again, and then we can carry on again from the Mondays. Okay, so let's get on to gaming news. Apparently, MotorStorm Apocalypse's servers will be permanently switched off, or have been now permanently switched off. I don't know how many people still play that game. It's quite old now, isn't it? So it's probably no surprise.
No. In a way, though, I remember when the Wii servers got switched off for Mario Kart on the Wii, I remember being devastated by that, and that game had been out for 6 or 7 years by then, so I bet there's still some people somewhere who are really devastated by that news, but
it's a really cool game as well, but it's a PlayStation 3 game as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so, it's going to happen, wasn't it?
Okay, FIFA has said it may add Fortnite celebrations one day, but probably not this year, just to keep it authentic with football, because all these footballers are doing their funny dance. Actually, I can't do it in the camera because I'm sitting down, but that one you got at.
Oh God, you're going to break something.
You know what I mean? I don't know it very well. I probably will break something if I attempt it, so I'm not even going to try. Maybe if we get enough viewers tell me to stand up and say go on, attempt it, I might. But then I might not. Probably won't. Okay, Assassin's Creed will take a year off in 2019, so we're not getting that Assassin's Creed next year. They're going to have a break from it. I was saying Twitter, I wish more games would do that. I wish FIFA would have a break now and again instead of coming out every year. I wish quite a lot of games would have a break, because it's really quite annoying, isn't it? That sometimes...
I think in a way as well, like when games or franchises and series have a break, it kind of makes you look forward to them a bit more. So obviously, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was leaked, and I think a lot of people were like, I wonder if they were going to originally keep that for next year or for very late this year, instead of having it, year after year after year release. So I'm glad that they're having a break. I think that if it means, they can create something that's going to be a bit different, then they should take some time off it and rejuvenate the series. Yeah,
I mean, imagine there was a Fallout or an Elder Scrolls every year. You'd soon get sick of it, wouldn't you?
You would,
even an Uncharted, a Last of Us, it would just be like, I've had enough of this.
They just get so samey. I think a lot of people have been complaining that Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks exactly like Assassin's Creed Origins, obviously, which came out last year. So I think that it gets to a point where, the developers and the publishers need to have a bit of a step back, think about what they can do to change the series and get more people into playing them. So yeah, if they need to have a year off to do that, then that's cool. I think, like you said, I think more franchises should take a bit of a break every now and again just to reignite that interest in a franchise that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, totally agree. I'm just looking at myself in this camera here and think to myself, geez, I need to shave. I look terrible. I look old when I don't shave. I transform when I get a razor.
You've been on holiday though. It's fine.
I know, that's true. I've let myself away with it then.
Exactly.
Okay, I thought you might like this one. There's a Dark Souls trilogy coming, but it's only coming to the US and Asia, so that kind of puts a pin in that one. But it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
It's interesting though, because it's obviously the trilogy. It's got Dark Souls Remastered in Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. I think it's a really interesting move for them to do, considering that Dark Souls Remastered came out this year and Dark Souls 3 came out in 2016. So a lot of people will have all 3 games already. I'm guessing they've done it so, it's a collector's edition and there will be thousands of people who want them. It's a shame it's not coming here, but I wouldn't buy it because I already have all 3 games. So why would I want to buy all 3 in a bundle? Yeah.
It's not really a big deal, but there you go. Amazon has been busy making an episodic Grand Tour racing game for console. This has got the Grand Tour, if you don't know, it's basically their version of Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson and all that. So they're just making a game which is episodic, and I think it's going to work with the episodes as they come out. So maybe a version of one episode will come out alongside the episode in the game and all that. I've no idea how it's going to work, but it looked terrible. And I tweeted to the developer, because he goes, it's out now. It's out, here's the trailer, we've revealed it. And I said, mate, first impressions don't really look good. I said, if you're going to release a trailer, at least release a trailer where the game was good, because the game looked terrible in it.
I have to check that out.
And he's going, oh well, yes, it's going to get better, don't worry. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, where you need to have a good first impression, need to bring you back into it once the game's actually developed, and it's not just the trailer looks good. I'll forget about it from then on.
Exactly. Shenmue 3 is a release date. I didn't write down when the release date is, that was a bit stupid.
Next August, isn't it? Just over it might be a year away.
It's like August 27th next year. So
just under a year away now.
Pretty far. So not really a game I'm interested in, but I'm sure Dan's pretty excited about that one.
Yeah.
Until Dawn dev Supermassive goes multi-platform with the Dark Pictures anthology. And the first game up is the Man of Medan. Did you see that trailer?
I did.
Pretty interesting.
It does look good. I mean, I like Supermassive anyway, and I really liked Until Dawn. I didn't play The Impatient, but I did play a little bit of the PlayLink game they did. Can't remember what that was called. Oh well, you know what I mean.
What was it called?
Hidden Agenda.
Hidden Agenda. Yeah, that just came back to me just before you said it.
Yeah. So I think it looks really good. It's like a mini episodic, isn't it? There's going to be lots of different stories all tied together in one anthology.
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
Kind of be the spiritual successor to Until Dawn, really.
It could, yeah.
So yeah, I think it looked quite interesting. Don't know if I'll play it, but we'll see.
I think I will.
Yeah, I might do. Sony's revealed 4 new DualShock controllers set for the UK, and the Sunset Orange was one of them. I quite like the look of that Sunset Orange one. The other ones didn't really look that great to me, but the Sunset Orange was the one that stuck out.
Are you going to get it? You have so many
controllers now.
Enough now.
I've got loads. I don't know. I'll need to think about that one. I'll think about it. Streets of Rage 4 is coming out. Yes! Streets of Rage. Do you know anything about Streets of Rage?
Nope. Nothing at all.
Oh, it's so good. It's one of those games from way back when where it's got 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up. Bit like Double Dragon.
Okay.
Do you know Double Dragon?
Oh yes, I know of Double Dragon, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the sort of street version of modern Double Dragon. They both kind of came out around about the same time, I think, but Streets of Rage was really quite popular, and the new game is by, who is it again? It's by the people who made, I'm going to look that up, because it's quite interesting, the ones who are doing it, because it's a sort of certain art style.
Okay.
That I think, it just looks really cool, actually. But I think before it was two brothers. For what I remember, it was two brothers in the game. But now they've put a woman. Oh no, there was a woman in it before, way back then. There was like two guys and a woman, and the trailer I saw does have a woman in it, so it's not changed. I just didn't know if they changed it and put a woman in it or not, but they haven't. Streets of Rage 4 is by the makers of Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, which is like a Switch game, but it's got a really distinct art style.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was quite cool. I think that'll be interesting to play, because I used to play Streets of Rage all the time because it's just mad. You just go along the street, you just pick up things off the floor and hit people with it. It's just a kind of mindless game, but it's quite good. On the Musha Warlords, I don't know what this game is. Arrives on PS4, Xbox One, Switch and PC on January 15th, 2019. I think it's got a classic game, this one, on the Musha Warlords, but I've never heard of it myself. But apparently there was people quite excited about it, so I thought I'd best mention it. Even though I don't know what it is. But yeah, so there we go. Spider-Man will take around 20 hours to complete, and there'll be plus more for the extras, so if you decide you want to go and do side missions and explore and all that sort of thing, then it's going to take longer than that, but that's a good length, isn't it?
That is. Haven't they announced a DLC as well for Spider-Man now?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
They revealed that the City Never Sleeps DLC will come in 3 parts, the first of which will launch on October 23rd. It's known as The Heist and is part 1 of Spider-Man's post-launch content, and it sees him tackling new missions and challenges as he discovers that Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, is back in New York City. Okay. He has to go and tangle with her and all that sort of thing. And then the other episode is called Turf Wars and Silver Lining, made out November and December respectively. That's cool. Get the City That Never Sleeps DLC with the special and collector's edition, I believe. So if you're buying those versions, you get them. Yep, and that's just about it for news, apart from the gaming charts, of course. F1 has shunted Crash into number 3, into number 3rd place. So we could say F1's crashed into the Bandicoot. So F1 number 1, Shenmue number 2, Crash number 3, Grand Theft Auto number 4, still there. Mario Kart's number 5, God of War 6, Lego Incredibles 7, Call of Duty World War 2 is number 8, The Crew 2 is number 9, quite interesting that The Crew 2 is there, not a bad game though. FIFA 18 is number 10, so all the sort of usual suspects. I mean, if you come back in a year's time, probably the charts won't be much different.
Yeah, F1 2019.
Yeah, no, that'll probably be in there this time next year, and then you'll still have, I mean, it's amazing when you think FIFA 18's still in the top 10 when the new one will be out.
Yeah, a few weeks now.
Yeah, and then FIFA 18 will drop completely then, and then it'll be replaced by FIFA 19, won't it?
Yeah, that'll be in the charts.
That's the game charts. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a shorter episode today, but we're still going to talk about our little topic, and we might just touch on what we've played as well.
Yeah.
Because we don't have any user questions, because we never really asked for any, I don't think, but we do have some opinion regarding our topic, so I'll try and find that on my iPad. Okay, so Rebecca's going to introduce the topic.
Okay, so we are going to have a little chat this week about the number of PSN games, specifically, there's a lot of them. How many people play them? Is there an audience for all these games that are coming out? I think personally, I've noticed it. I'm talking stuff like I Am Mayo and all these other strange indie games that you've never heard of before that are made by quite small production teams. I like indie games, so some of my favourites have been ones that I was probably underwhelmed with at first, and then once I finished them I was really wowed by. So Planet of the Eye stands out for one of those. Things that are much smaller. And I played The Night Journey a few weeks ago. That was really good, but it makes you think how many people stumble across these when you compare them to the big AA titles. I think obviously there's a game for everyone out there. So every single game that's on the PSN store or the digital library, someone will play and someone will love. But we just wanted to have a talk about what we thought of it and if we thought that there's a lot of games being put on there just to sort of fill out the content of the digital library rather than actually attract an audience. And sort of along those lines of discussion.
Yeah, and earlier on our SquareXO, I put out a tweet which might have offended some people, but basically it just said, do you think there's too much shovelware on PSN? And I kind of thought to myself, oh, maybe shovelware's a bit rude, but I've been thinking about it and I don't think it's a bit rude. I basically think it's a good way to describe it. We did have a little vote. 73 people have voted, 56% have said yes, 44% have said no, so it's quite close, as in quite a lot of people kind of agree, a lot of people don't. But what I think, the reason I say shovelware is because obviously I kind of organise our reviews and stuff, so I'll kind of request the code so that we can review all the games, and a lot of time I won't bother, because for instance last week I think there was like 20 odd games released in PSN. I generally go to our reviewers and say, well, who wants to review what? Here's the list of what's coming out. And then half the time you only get a reply back for a few games, and the rest nobody's really that concerned about. And I don't blame them, because I wouldn't want to request the code for them, because some of them just sound terrible. And obviously a lot of them, what seems to be happening now is a lot of games are coming from iPhone and being ported to PS4. That's shovelware. Who wants a game made for iPhone on PS4? I mean, it's not good. I want a game that's made for the system. I don't want one that's made for iPhone.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, because it's made for iPhone, the controls are awkward, or it's broken, or I mean, how many times have I played a game where I thought, oh, this could be good, and then I've played it and it just doesn't work?
Yeah.
I mean, anything that you buy a game and it doesn't work because they've not got the budget for it, or they've just not managed to test it properly. To me, it's a waste of money. It shouldn't be on there. There needs to be some sort of level of quality control. I think Sony should do is just have maybe one or two people who go through the new releases every week and play them and say, yeah, no, yeah, no.
Just sort them out.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea. To give it some sort of level of quality. Just have a team that say it's working. There, good, that goes for it. Everything works, that would get good points. Whether it's a good game or not subjective, but at least check to see if it works would be a start, wouldn't it?
I agree with that. It should work. I think that's the most frustrating thing ever, especially when you purchase something with money and then it's something that's broken or it's not been properly patched, and the company have sort of abandoned it. They've put it out and they don't really have any intentions in revisiting it and patching it for those who are playing it. So I do agree that these should be tested, and it should be a case that only the ones that flawlessly work should be put out on the market. And then I think people, like I was saying, I think there's a game for everyone. And all those random games on there that you or me might not like, I bet there'll be at least 100 people in the entire world who think that's my kind of game. But I don't know, I kind of get what you're saying though.
It's kind of getting a bit like the iPhone. No, I mean, there's millions of games on the iPhone, and I guarantee millions of them have never even been touched by one person. Right. And I don't want PSN to get like that, where the games that are absolutely brilliant are just getting drowned out because there's too many games. There's too much rubbish. I want the game usually rise to top, but on the occasion it doesn't. It gets lost. I mean, even retail games get like that. I can think of like Enslaved Odyssey to the West. To me, that's a good example. It's a retail game that was just brilliant, but it kind of never done so well, I don't think, because it came out at the wrong time. And that's kind of how I feel. But digital games, I just worry that the good ones will get drowned out by the. If there's 20 odd releases, for instance, this week, Will Donut County, which got a really class game, which I was hoping we'd review, but we don't have a code yet. But I'm going to buy it. I think it looks awesome. But a game like that, which is an indie game and it just looks quality and funny, everyone knows about it. But how many people buy it if they see something else that catches their eye? Then they buy that something else and it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's just with so many games coming out, either limit the amount of games that come out each week or just kind of get rid of the stuff that doesn't need to be there. I know it's a bit harsh, but hey, tough. I mean, let's say we've got some other people. Abandoned Troy from Twitter, when we asked him, but he said he doesn't think it's a waste of time. He has 2 platinums for I Am Mail, which can vouch for that.
Yes,
I've never played I Am Mail, but I'm presuming it's just a really easy game that gives you a platinum.
Yeah.
Shovelware. I don't know what have you played it?
No, I just know of it. I know a lot of people have played it, and almost everyone who's played it has the platinum, so I'm assuming it is something that it's just you play and you compete. You know, it might be good fun. It might... There was one that was out a while ago called I Am Bread, and everyone was obsessed with that, and it was literally you controlled a piece of bread, and you had to get from the counter to the butter, to the toaster, and each corner of the bread is controlled by a different controller, and people were going crazy over it. They loved it, but it's not really something, you know, akin to a standard gaming narrative or story or combat or anything, but people went crazy for it.
Yeah, insane. But I mean, if it was good and it was fun, I think
it was funny. I think it was one of those that was just ridiculously hard and therefore a barrel of laughs.
Yeah, if it's good and fun, I don't mind. If it's terrible. Here's another one from Ryan James. He says he believes there's too much shovelware. What is the solution, though? He says,
yeah.
Well, I gave kind of what my solution would be, but I don't know. Don't know if that's feasible or not. Jimmy Dow, he said, there is too much shovelware, but is it fair to turn to an indie developer and say, you're shit, sorry? Or turn to me, who might have been interested in the game, and said, sorry, you can't play it because we don't think it's good enough?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's how my opinion sort of resonates with most, that I think that there's something for everybody, and you have to kind of, you know, even if it's something that you don't understand how it got so you know, popular, or even on the PSN digital page, you have to think, oh, a team created that, and they probably created that, you know, one of them would have liked the concept of their game, at least one. So, you know, are there people out there who would be denied that if the game was never on the PSN store?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting, isn't it?
He'll got plenty of opinion anyway. No Fate, he says, Sony could have some kind of quality guarantee, but then there will always be one indie game that's so addictive everyone's playing it. Maybe don't allow trophies in the shovelware games. Maybe Sony could offer rewards as encouragement for better designs instead of quick cash grabs.
Okay.
Reviewer Nick Buns says, shovelware is the reason I cancelled PS Plus the first time. The minis we were given for free, for example, were frankly awful. Nintendo's sale of quality did wonders here. Sony could easily do the same. Either way though, the point is moot. He also says games in the PS Store are more expensive than pretty much everywhere else. Persona 5 was in sale recently, for example. Went to Argus, picked it up for full price, even cheaper. Buying elsewhere allows you to sidestep the heaps of shovelware online. 3 more opinions, I may as well read them out.
Yeah, go for it.
Ban Troy again, he says he doesn't really care. I don't tend to notice it as much in storefronts as storefronts are now quite streamlined and search functionality is great. It doesn't affect him that much and he's happy to skip past it if it shows up. Another one of our reviewers, Richard, he says, having reviewed a couple for you guys recently, I definitely think there's too much.
Poor Richard.
Yeah, I think Richard reviewed a couple of really quite poor quality games recently, unfortunately. And Catherine, she's from Whitewood Games, she said, now, that depends upon what you think shovelware is. We've had some people refer to our games with that term, but we've also had gushing reviews from people who love what we're making and asking for more. So yeah, I think that's fair enough what she's saying. I do think she says shovelware is a very derisory term which tends to translate to games I don't like and therefore shouldn't exist. she says there's plenty of trophy hunters who appreciate the little trophy games. You don't have to pay for what you don't enjoy, just ignore it if it's not for you. So yeah. But, I don't know. It's just, she kind of agrees with me in terms of when it's a game someone's releasing just for the sake of releasing it so that you can get a trophy. I mean, I heard of one game where you load it up and you get the platinum.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I think they've removed it now, but I think there was a game that did that. And I mean, that's just, that is complete and utter garbage.
That's just for people who want to get a platinum trophy without, either playing through the entire game or going through the hard work and exploring what the developers have put in. That is crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just stupid. So I mean, I don't know. What do you think the solution could be?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said loads of times now, I think indie developers, they have to work a lot harder than big AA developers to get even on the PSN page. And you can't deny that what they've made is something that they would have spent, a really long time on thinking through and marketing it and then actually releasing it. But at the same time, I think maybe a quality control would be a little bit of a better idea because, that one opinion was Nintendo are really good. All the games on Nintendo digital store are really good fun. It doesn't matter, how big they are, how small they are, how many people made them. The little indie games they've got on there, most of them, that I've played, I've really enjoyed. I think that Sony does have some strange ones. I think one time I went onto the digital store and scrolled all the way down. I was like, what is... Some of these games are just weird. I think there was one that was literally Hangman, but you bought it on the PS4. It's like, hey, you can do that in the pen and paper. Don't need to spend money on that. It's crazy. So I don't know. I mean, it's a tricky one because then you can't really say, oh, I don't want any of them without discrediting someone's hard work. And then obviously you cannot know, with full confidence that there's not a single person who would have bought that game and supported that company. So it's really tricky. I think that the solution probably is, as a few people have said, maybe a bit more quality control when it comes to the games that are uploaded to the store. But I don't know if it's something that will ever be, I don't know if it's ever a case that you'll ever be 100% satisfied with all the games coming out because at the end of the day, you've got to, people have earned the right to put their games on the PSN store. You've got to kind of let them do that and just get on with what you're doing. But I get why it annoys people. I think I'm sort of 50-50. I don't really mind it, but I can see why some people do get annoyed by it.
Yeah, okay. Right, fair enough. Okay, we'll move on from that then. We can talk about what we've been playing if you want.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first because I need to think about it.
I have played so much. So I'm playing one thing that's under embargo right now, so I won't say anything about that. But I got F1 2018 for review last week. That was an interesting one to play. I reviewed F1 2017 on SquareXO last year, and I don't really enjoy racing games. I don't really go and pick them out on purpose, but I think that F1 was an interesting one to cover because I was really intrigued to see how it would have improved from last year's installment. I was really surprised. It was really good. They've added a lot more authentic aspects to the racing now, so the cars have all got halos on them and the weather sort of affects you a lot more and there's rumble on the tyres and everything, so it feels a lot more realistic. I think that the 2017 model, at times you were thinking this is meant to be an authentic racing experience, yet this wouldn't happen in real life. If I did that corner at this speed, I would go flying off. I wouldn't just neatly curve around it. So although it's a little bit more harder this year, I do think that they've done a really good job at making it feel a bit more challenging and a bit more like the real Formula One season. And then I know we're a PlayStation podcast, but I have been playing something on my Xbox, so I'll just talk about it. It's on PlayStation as well. I've been playing Dead Space by the backwards compatibility. Dead Space is something that I've wanted to play for years, but I obviously got into this current generation. I bought a PlayStation, and it's never been remastered, although I think that it would be a good game to have the trilogy remastered onto the PS4. I think that it's something that would work really well, just the same way that Bioshock's trilogy remastered very well onto the current gen console. But yeah, I've been playing Dead Space. It's really good. I think the only thing I would critique it on is it's quite predictable, but you have to look at it in terms of this game is nearly 10 years old, and we've played a lot of horror games from then on. We've sort of learned how developers want to scare us. So when I go into a room, for example, and I push a button and loads of necromorphs jump out and attack me, I'm not surprised. I'm sort of sitting there, I'm reloading on my ammo, I'm healing myself while the alarm's going off. But I think it's such a good game, and it handles the horror aspect so well that it kind of scares you in other ways. Obviously, everybody in Dead Space is horribly mutated, and that's not nice how they all jump out on you, and you go into a room and you'll be greeted by like 10 of them, and you don't have enough ammo. So classic survival horror. Everyone's been telling me to play 2 and not 3, but I'm going to play all of them. I can't not skip out on a trilogy. It's the same thing with Bioshock, actually. I was told, play Bioshock Infinite, don't play Bioshock 2. But that seems so weird to me to just skip out the middle game. So, yes, I will be playing Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3 when I finish Dead Space 1. But I'm just trying to get rid of a few games from my backlog now before the big peak period comes up. And then I'm interested in getting Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I wasn't too fussed about Red Dead Redemption a few weeks ago, but now I'm quite interested in Red Dead Redemption 2. It might not be one I'll get on release, but I think it might be one I'll get in January or February next year. But yes, that's about it. I say the embargoed game I obviously can't talk about, but lots of Dead Space. And then when it's not late at night, I'll play something else that's not scary.
Right, I've been playing. Well, I've been playing Pez because I reviewed that. Otherwise, I've been holding. What else have I played there? I swear there was another one, but I can't really think what it was.
You've been talking about it on Twitter.
Have I been talking about something on Twitter?
About the game you've been playing that you can't remember?
Oh. The only one I can remember is Pez, to be honest. Because that's the most recent one I've played. I don't think it's out quite yet. I've had it for a few weeks. It's good. I mean, it's good on the field where they actually play the football, but it's a bit frustrating that it's just the menus and are fiddly, and I don't know, they're just not very well designed. Pez has always been a bit like that, where they don't really seem to take care of the first impressions of the menus and stuff. Like when you try to change your team, it almost feels like you need a mouse to do it, because it's really it's just stupid the way it works. It's if you'd go, oh, where's the mouse? Because you just want to move the cursor up and do it a lot quicker.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then in the sort of Master League, which is one of the main modes, you have these sort of presentation bits where if you sell a player or whatever, they'll be on a wee screen talking, and it just looks really dreadful. So I mean, it's a shame, because actually on the field the football's excellent, but it's just the rest of it needs to be brought up to speed with the part. But yeah, that's okay. I gave it a 75, I think.
I wonder if they thought people are here for the football, so we don't really need to make too much of an impression on the menus, because people won't spend much time on those. But yeah, like possibly. You said, first impressions, that's annoying too, because that's literally the first thing that you'll see when you turn the game on. It'll be the menus and setting everything up. Yeah,
exactly. Either that, or they just don't have a big budget, so they decided to
put it all in the game.
Put it in the game. The other game I was playing was Fire Pro Wrestling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is obviously one we've done a review chat about, so there's no point me talking about it too much. But it's really good fun. It's kind of, you wouldn't think it's a £40 game just because it looks kind of like an indie game. It's quite
really
the pixels and stuff. It's got it looks like an indie game, but but far from it because of the depth. Depth is incredible. It's really crazy. Like, you can change the rings and stuff. Like I made the SquareXO ring.
I didn't see that.
And you can sort of change the wrestlers to look whatever you like. But then there's so much different game modes and online modes. And all these moves and stuff that you learn as you keep playing. That you learn new things. It's great. It's really clever, impressive game. So yeah, that's worth checking out. I think it comes out in September in the UK. It's out in the US now, I think, and elsewhere. But I think for some reason Europe it's coming out in September. Yes, that's good. But I mean, that's all I've been playing really. That's about it. and
quiet
because
before
I've
the
been
storm.
away. Yeah, because it is going to get busy.
Yeah.
Speaking of the storm, we may as well, since we're still here, we may as well talk about what's coming out. Obviously, we know Spider-Man's coming out, but it gets that time of year we can actually talk about what's coming out, because we tend to skip it sometimes during the year because there's just not a lot. But
it's quite a bit next week, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we can go up to the 7th. So if we start from this week, obviously you've got Donut County, which I think looks quite good. Do you like to look at that one?
I do think that looks good, actually. It looks like it's going to be very addictive, though.
Yeah, it looks good fun. It looks quite like it's quite amusing as well, which I quite like. Look of it. Also, Strange Brigade, we're reviewing that one. I don't really know what it is. I don't know much about it.
I think it's just another Fortnite-esque inspired game, but I think it's against zombies and scorpions, and it's sort of in a temple setting. I did have a little go on the demo last year at EGX, but that was nearly a year ago, so it's tricky to remember all the details from it.
Also, Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Yeah.
That's out. Firewall Zero Hour, which is for PSVR. That one's by Sony. We should be reviewing that. I'm not sure about Yakuza, if we'll be reviewing that or not. We might be. If we get the code, we will. PES 2019 as well. We've reviewed that already. Divinity Original Sin 2. Probably won't be reviewing that, but that's because I don't think we'll get the code for it, but that's out if anyone's excited for it. Also, a new Naturu game. They're starting to come out. We'll probably be talking about another new one of them next week. Shadows Awakening as well, which is...
Oh, there's loads.
Yeah, and that's just up to the 30th. And then if we kind of go up to... Well, it's not even got up to the 7th because there's too many. Destiny Forsaken DLC, that's out on the 4th. Dragon's Quest is out on the 4th. And also a game called Genesis Alpha 1, that's out on the 4th as well. We'll talk about the games out on the 7th next week because there's loads of them.
Too many, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
Spider-Man, obviously.
It's crazy that you just think all those games we mentioned there are just kind of like a mixture of digital and retail, but there's probably a lot more. Like we were saying earlier, there's going to be tons more, so there'll probably be tons of reviews on the website.
Good.
We don't really have that many outstanding at the moment, I don't think, but I imagine they'll just all come out of nowhere soon, and then we'll be like, yeah, so that's it. Okay.
Crazy.
Have we got anything else to talk about?
I guess we could mention that SquareXO August ends very soon. I don't know what the prize is though this month.
I've no idea. We'll need to ask Dan that one. I don't know.
There's a prize.
There is a prize. Dan might know about it. I don't know.
But when is it? It's September on the Saturday, isn't it? Saturday? Is it September?
Yeah.
Yes. So it closes on Friday. So if anybody's got any screenshots, if you just hashtag them SquareXO August, you'll enter in the competition. And at the end of the month, we will pick the 4 we like best, and then they'll go up in a vote. And whoever wins the vote wins a prize.
Will the vote be done by the next episode?
Yes, it should be. If not, it will be just wrapping up. Because if we do it on the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, yeah, if we do it for 2 days, it will be done.
Okay,
if you do it for 3, it won't quite be done.
We might be able to announce the winner on the next episode.
Possibly, then. Yeah.
And then also we might have to... I'm not sure when we do our draw as well for our Patreon only competition. I imagine that will be soon as well. And then episode 2 of SquareXO Extra as well will be just about out round about the same time as episode 3 of SquareXO. Episode 73 of SquareXO.
Episode 3.
Yeah, so make sure you enter SquareXO August. Get your screenshots in because you don't have much time left. There is a prize. We don't know what it is, but there is a prize of some sort. And then SquareXO September will be starting. I imagine we'll see lots of Spider-Man screenshots in that one.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, Tomb Raider.
Gosh, there's loads in September.
Yes. Yes, there is. Okay. I did get in an argument during the week, but we won't get into that on Twitter. I was going to mention it, but then I thought I wouldn't because it's a bit of a... It's a bit of a sensitive subject.
Topic. Let's just have positivity today.
Yeah, I think we'll stick to positivity. We might get to the sensitive topics at one point, but we'll try and keep it light and fun instead of getting too serious, because it's nice to be fun instead. Okay, sorry this episode's been a bit shorter than usual. I don't think it's been too much shorter, well, a little bit shorter, but there's only two of us and it's been a bit manic and we've had technical issues and been on holidays and all that, so we'll be back to normal on Monday, but thankfully you've got an episode. That's what we're happy about.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget to follow us at squarexo.co.uk, twitter.com/square_xo, and back on patreon.com/squarexo. We're on Podbean, iTunes and Spotify, and you can watch us on youtube.com/JohansonWater. If you can give us a like, a subscribe or review on any of these places, then it'll help us be found, and then we'll be seen and heard by more people, and the more people the better, because there's not too many PlayStation podcasts in the UK out there dedicated to PlayStation, so it's nice to let people know there is one here for them. So yeah, and that's it. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.